Hi guys, James here. Welcome to Toboldi Goes Modelworks, and here we have an inbox review for you here. It's Tamiya's 1/48 scale Douglas A-1J Skyraider, US Air Force. Aircraft series number 73. Fuselage 248mm long, wingspan 317mm. So it's just over a foot in wingspan. I'll pull the bloody charging cable out because it's getting knocking into the thing. Obviously 2008, so we'll take that with a pinch of salt. I think this came out in 1997. Obviously one of the colour schemes here on one side. Box number, kit number is 61073. And that's another colour scheme. Again, more weapons and ordnance here. There are a few goodies in here. I assume they're still in here anyway, so let's pop the box out. And we're greeted by an awful lot of grey plastic and an awful lot of polycaps. So 1, 2, 3, 4 bags, or technically 5, with the windscreen and canopy. So I'll pop this down here. Again, we'll get the destructions and the decals there. Pop them down there. Again, we've got full size colour call out. Again, unfortunately it's in black and white, but you use it for the tri-colour camo if you're not feeling very confident. It's tan, green and 2 greens on this version. So yeah. Now a little bit of history about the Skyraider. It's effectively a Dauntless. They were looking at to replace the Dauntless from World War II with it. Sadly, it came out too late for World War II and saw action in Korea and in Vietnam. And obviously it was the naval version is rather infamous because they dropped a toilet on someone. So they did a loadout and put a toilet on one of these wing spars. So I digress, but I think it's quite funny. This has got all the colours. AS are the sprays, XF are the flat acrylics. Sadly, virtually all of those I've got, and probably the X ones as well. The X is the gloss coats as well. So step 1, cockpit assembly. Then cool looking pilot. Put the assembled cockpit in the fuselage. Put the wheel well for the tail wheel inside. Speed brakes. You got to look at your references for those, because some of them they have them opened or closed. Building the right cyclone engine. The cowling flaps open there, or you have the option of having it closed, having the covers closed at the front. you don't have to worry about that, because I think the J tended to be used open. Looking at my reference photos of that. Then again, fitting the exhausts. Little bit of plonking the engine on the front. Now, controversially, putting the undercarriage doors in open. I like doing that on the planes. Shows you how to align them and fit them in there. Right, I'm just going to move around and move the camera a little bit. That's better. Yeah. Yeah, it shows you how to put the bits in for the undercarriage doors. Again, assembling up the wing halves, tailplane, building up the undercarriage. Again, it looks complicated. It's probably not. It's fairly robust, being that it's a carrier-borne aircraft. Your flaps, obviously you option flap up or flap down. You've got different linkages there. Pitot tube, that's 6. And then again, this one has the speed brakes. So again, look at your options there for whether you're ever going to have them open or closed. Because it does tend to give you a bit of headache if you have it open. Well, it does and it doesn't. Because you've got to remove parts here. Yeah, building up your air brakes, fitting those to the plane prop. Again, looks vaguely familiar. It looks like the old one on the Bearcat. Fitting the machine guns. And then we're on to the drop tanks. Again, we've got polycaps in them so we can take them on and off, which is quite handy. I do remember that on my Thunderbolt. And then you've got all your wing pylons, and you've obviously got the loadouts here. But again, they don't. Oh yeah, they show you the bombs here. Obviously, to explain what this all. Mark 82 extended fuse. There was a long pole at the front. Mark 82 with the standard fuse. Mark Hunt 117 bomb. Lao 68 rocket pod. So you can have it in 2 different versions. Gun pod, rockets, and a rocket pod there. So you've got quite a few parts there. Again, unusually you've got the colour scheme. It's on the on a separate sheet. But this one, again, it's got an unusual option. It only has it has 2 drop tanks and doesn't have it on this side. And this one has a single drop tank in the middle. It's called a socket to them, I think. Yeah. So it's based in Thailand, that one. That's got a combination of the Mark 82s with the long fuses and short fuses. So there we go. That's the colour call out, i.e. in black and white. Let's pop the decals open to have a look at the again, typical Tamiya decals. They're fairly thick, but they usually go down okay. Instrument panel, the seat belts, the walkways, which I will probably paint, and the wing tips, the prop tips up here. Again, not many decals, to be honest. So plonk those back in the bag. And actually, I'll put those inside the instructions because I don't want them getting any more damage than they actually are. And this is frame A. Hiding off screen. Again, big old sprue. It's in a very strange grey plastic. Well, I'm used to seeing the green and the yellow. Little bit of flash on the sprues, but none to speak of on the parts. Nice intake there. Again, instrument panel, seat. Again, there's the date bit on the sprue. That should tell you when it came. It's not on that one. Interesting. Again, nice little instrument panels in the cockpit. This is a big old chunky bird, this one. I tell a lie, there's a little bit of flash there. Not a problem. Fairly easy to clean off. Again, the cockpit, I won't get it out of the bag. No my luck with the canopy, with glazing at the moment. Yeah, that's why I thought I got a mask for it, because then I looked at it, I thought, well, no, I can make a mask for that. It's fairly straightforward. So you've got the canopy, windscreen, lights, and your head-up display there, or targeting reticule there. And this one is frame D. Which is a ruddy great prop here. And this one has the bag with lots of polycaps in. I'll put that in the box, otherwise I'll lose it. This has the cooling flaps open or closed. Nice prop. And obviously a very nice engine fairing. That's the D sprue. Yes, this one says 1998. So I think that's when the A version, the naval version came out. And again, I don't have to worry about the exhaust they're drilled out. A little bit of flash in there. Again, this is a 27-year-old kit. We'll give Tamiya a little bit of leeway here.
Blech.
And this is the big bag, the big wing. So we have 2 sprues in here. Yeah. That gives you an idea of how long, how wide the plane is. That's the, I think that's the B sprue. Yeah, B sprue. And all your flaps. And this is your C sprue. So big beefy wings to build. Obviously the drop tank's there. I mean, that's probably near enough the length of my 1/72 ME-109. And big chunky undercarriage there at this end. Again, no date there on the sprue. So that's the wing. I'll put that away. And this is the last sprues, but I think they're repeats. So we'll only get 1 G sprue and 1 E sprue. That's fair. We'll put those back in the box. So this one has the undercarriage wheel made up of 1 part, and a ruddy great drop tank. Your little rockets, your bombs, bloody great bomb there. And that's the E sprue, which there's 2 of. No date on the sprue, however. But you can see the way they've tooled up the bits here. So that's the E. Again, 2 different types of wheel hubs on that sprue. And finally, the G sprue. Again, no date on the sprue. Again, you've got the long old fuses on there. So there we go. That's a quick inbox review of Tamiya's 148 Skyraider. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and Bye for now.